All right, so let's look at the next thing there, which is the concept of finite and infinite sequence. All right, finite and infinite sequence. Now, what's a finite sequence? What's an infinite sequence? Now, by definition, a finite sequence is simply a sequence. Now, before we define that, let's understand what the term finite means. Okay, when something is finite, it means that it can be counted or it has an end. When something is finite, that means it can be counted, literally counting it. It can be counted, or it could also mean that that thing has an end. Meanwhile, when something is infinite, what that means is that that thing has no limit. It has no end. It continues until infinity. Now, using these two terms, how do you define a finite sequence? How do you define an infinite sequence? A finite sequence is simply a sequence where all the terms of that sequence has an end and it can be possibly counted. All right. So when you have a particular sequence that has an end, you can get the last term of that sequence. In that case, what you have there is a finite sequence. Meanwhile, if you have a sequence that literally has no end, you cannot get the last term of that sequence. What you have there is an infinite sequence. All right. I'll give you some examples. All right. Let's start with the finite sequence. Let's say you have a sequence such as something that looks like 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. Let's say you have this, for instance, right? Now, when you have a sequence that stops somewhere, this one stops at 25. At this point, you know that you have a finite sequence. So you can be asked, what are the terms of this sequence? The terms of this sequence they are 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. That's it. It can be counted. How many terms do I have in this sequence? I have 1, 4, 9, 16, 25. This is a finite sequence. Sometimes the number of terms in a finite sequence can be so long that you can shorten it. Let me show you how. This same concept now, again, right? I'm using a simple example to illustrate this so you get it better. If you look at this, all of these terms are simply the square of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So I have square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16, square of 5 is 25. I could go on to do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let me show you something. Imagine I was to do square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16, square of 5 is 25, square of 6 is 36, square of 7 is 49, square of 8 is 64, square of 9 is 81, square of 10 is 100, just like this. And you keep going this, all right? This can be so large. We can still abbreviate this. How? We can abbreviate this to something that looks like 1, 4, 9, 16. Instead of writing these ones, we can just take dots, dot, dot, just like this, until we get to the last term. In this case, we're using 100. So until 100. What you have here is still a finite term. You want to observe that, yes, you have dots. This dot means looking at this term here or following this pattern here, you will have some more numbers and it continues until 100. So when your sequence gets to 100, it stops there. So you can be given something like this and you can be told, produce all the terms in this sequence. You have dot, dot, dot. All you have to do is to find a way to form the end stem of the sequence. Then from here, you can expand this to being this one here. What you have here is still a finite set. Okay. So for a finite set, again, we said we can count the number of terms. How many terms do you have in this set? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 terms in this particular sequence. Even though you're giving the sequence as this, please, you don't say I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You have 5 terms here. That will be wrong. It will be wrong. So if you have something like this, your task would be this dot 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 means that there are numbers in between. Your own task would be find a way to get these numbers and then count everything, and then you get the number of terms there. So this is the concept of a finite set. Let's look at infinite set. All right, let me use an infinite set with the same example. So for infinite, let me use infinite sequence. For an infinite sequence, let's say I have the same thing there. I want to use the same example: 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, and I do dot, dot, dot. Please observe that whenever you see dots, 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 it should be in a straight line, please. Dot, dot, dot. Please observe that whenever you have dot, 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 this, right? Whenever you have this at the extreme or at the end of your sequence, it becomes an infinite set, which means it cannot be counted. Why can it not be counted? Well, we don't know what the last term is. Remember that we are squaring each of the terms here. This was 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. They say this in continuous. So whenever you see dot, 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 3 dots, it becomes infinite because there's no end. All right. This one, you're given an end as 100. So it stops here. But don't forget that this sequence can still continue because we could still have 11 squared. 11 squared, 121. 12 squared, 144. 13 squared, 169. So it still continues. We can even get up to 1 billion. Let's say 1 billion. 1 billion squared. We could have 1 billion all squared. We can have 1 quadrillion squared. So just as numbers are infinite, for an infinite sequence, right, it has no end. This sequence can still be continued. Just that in this particular example, we had to halt it somewhere. In this first one here, we halted at 25 and we stopped there. That's fine. In this example here, we halted at 100. That's fine. But in this case here, we did not halt anywhere. We said this should continue. So continue until where? Continue until the last number. And we know that numbers are literally infinite. So for that reason, this becomes an infinite sequence. The major way to identify an infinite sequence and a finite sequence is that for a finite sequence, right, the major way of differentiating between a finite sequence and an infinite sequence is that for a finite sequence, it has an end. You have a dot there. Or sometimes they might not even put a dot, just leave it this way. So it ends here. Meanwhile, for an infinite sequence, you see 3 dots. If you see 3 dots at the extreme or at the end, it means it is infinite. Meanwhile, if you see 3 dots just in between them, not at the extreme, that means you have a number. After the 3 dots, it becomes a what there? Finite sequence, right? So this one has no end. You just keep going from 25 to 6 squared, 36, 7 squared, 49, 8 squared, 64, 9 squared, 81, 10 squared, 100, 11 squared, 121, 12 squared, 144, 13 squared, 169. You just keep squaring them and you go 14 squared, 15 squared, 16 squared, 17 squared, 20 squared. It just continues until the very end, in quotes. So this is a concept between finite and infinite sequence. All right. So let's look at the next concept there. All right, so let's look at the next concept there. Let's look at the concept of series. All right, we're dealing with sequence and series. We've just looked at lesson on sequence. Let's look at the next thing there, which is series. We look at the definition of series and then look at some other things under series. So let's treat series next.